Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Member Spotlight by Allied Muslim Chamber of Business. MCOB is a membership-based social enterprise with a mission to create a thriving Muslim business community. It's the power of collective wisdom, continued learning, and thought leadership brought together for Muslims by Muslims. Our core belief is that business leaders thrive when they have access to a supportive community of peers who challenge and inspire each other. Today, we have with us our member, Tousif Rehman. Tousif focuses on empowering business owners with strategies to legally minimize taxes while driving sustainable, efficient growth. He has helped companies scale to seven figures and is now setting his sights on guiding ventures toward eight-figure success. Inshallah. Welcome, Tousif.
Thank you, Kashif, for having me. Thank you for the introduction as well.
Yeah, thank you for being here and being part of this journey with MCOP. Would love to learn more about you in terms of how it all started and where you are today in your journey.
Sure. So, by background, I am a mechanical engineer. I studied in one of the most prestigious university in Bangladesh called Bangladesh University of Engineering Technology. Um, I graduated in 2017. I remember booking my tickets to US literally 3 days after my final thesis defense. So we had to go back to my home country, get the Eid, and literally the end of Eid, we had it was the Udhiya Eid, Qurbani, and we finished slaughtering. I was back to the airport by the end of the day. So that's how interesting my US journey was. Came
Okay.
here, didn't know a lot of people, started knowing each other, and unfortunately, being an engineer, a lot of you might be able to correlate. We're not very socially active. We had to learn socialization and networking sometimes the hard way. So unfortunately, I was not always a very good in my job. When I said not a good in terms of punctuality, and I made things happen as long as you gave me enough time and freedom. I did not like the 9 to 5 structure.
Hmm.
I just wanted to do things on my own time. But it was pretty nice up until my last job, where I had both different sets of managers who were like, hey, one set of manager, as long as you give me things in deadline, I'm happy with it. And the other set, you have to follow the protocol. So that's when I was realizing that, hey, it's probably time for me to hang up the boots in the 9 to 5 and get my own journey. Before that specific point, I started 8 to 10 different businesses. I guess I learned from 8. They didn't make much money, but the education was a tough situation, from um, all the crazy stuff you can think of: MLM, multi-level marketing, from real estate, from basic sales, from what else is called perfume sales, export
Okay.
import. A lot of things I did start. Ended up realizing one thing, that I am bad at marketing. So I needed someone else to do my marketing. So I realized, as long as I could get into something that the government itself does my marketing, it
Hmm.
might be a very good idea. So that's how I came to taxes. Um, Someone messed up my taxes and realized this is the problem of a lot of people. One thing leading to another, I became a tax planner, started helping people with planning their taxes, started helping with filing taxes, then became an enrolled agent and certified tax coach. Now I run a full service accounting firm, from accounting, bookkeeping, full, fractional CFO, all the way to all full service taxes.
That's a very interesting journey from being a mechanical engineer and coming and doing the taxes for
Yes. Interestingly enough, my I guess my exceptional situation was I could figure things out,
Mhm.
especially even though there were team. The last project I did with engineering was the NIH's latest hospital building. So I
Okay.
was in the design team of that. very high tech thing. I never thought I would be able to complete it, but as soon as I completed, Trump took out the funding. But that's a separate story. My unique skill set was I was lucky enough to get the trust of the managers to
Mhm.
say that if there is a problem that nobody wants to deal with, put it on Tousif's plate, give him a week, he's going to come back with a solution.
All right. And I believe with your mindset developed in engineering, it's very methodical that
Yes.
you are making sure that all I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Yes, but also I always, because being an engineer, especially if you're on the solution focus, a lot of the times, even in taxes, you would see that how can I reach there? If there is not a straight line method, you find out surrounding ways to reach there.
Hmm.
Just like in engineering, there's not a one-way solution. You have to go through solutions that are best optimized. Same thing with taxes. There can be situation structures. As long as you know the starting point and the end point, you can come up with 10 different routes and you just choose the most optimized one.
All right, sounds good. So let's talk about specifically related to my financial suite. What services you are providing and what type of customers you are catering to?
We provide full service. We're trying to become the one-stop shop for all the accounting needs. Um,
Okay.
at the moment, we do have full service bookkeeping for both real estate specialized and also industry specialized. We do deal with healthcare salons, which is health part of healthcare and also part of beauty and self care. We also have clientele a good chunk in real estate. So I personally invested in real estate, and also if I want to do or excel into something, I try to get myself into it, mess it up, and see how what the good, the bad, the ugly is. For last few years, I've been messing up real estate deals. So now I'm one of the leading guys in real estate taxes to understand different challenges and different creative structures on real estate as well.
Okay.
Um, so we provide real estate taxation, tax planning, preparation, bookkeeping, and also fractional CFO for real
Okay.
estate investors and also regular business owners. The upcoming one, as you also seen me going overseas. Now,
Hmm.
my next place to mess up is international business. I'm starting my own businesses internationally. And if anyone is looking into international businesses, diversifying geographic and currency diversification
Hmm.
with their investment in businesses, that's something that my next educational part is going to be.
All right. So which regions are you focused on?
At the moment, of course, the entire US. My next focus is Turkey.
Okay.
We are working to set up or get businesses on my own self, which is going to expose all the US Turkey tax regulations on myself first, which is going to include the FBAR regulation, the foreign tax regulation, foreign company ownership regulation for myself.
Hmm.
And as I go through them, I would be able to also help people who wants to do it most in the MENA region. I do have clients who also are doing business in Australia. So the
Okay.
tax regulation between US and Australia is something that I have exposure with. I'm also looking into different island states like the Caribbeans and such, which does give you significant benefits on anonymity, international tax benefits. Um, However, those becomes a little tricky. If you need it, do it. If you don't need it, avoid it because those typically have been used for money laundering. So you, as long as you're okay with higher level of audits from IRS, and as
Hmm.
long as you're good with your paperwork, and we're happy to help you out with those, you should be good. So make sure you realize what you're getting yourself into.
All right. And are there any stories that you can share from your client on how you were able to save taxes for them? And or
Absolutely.
in terms of like what they needed to pay, they only paid that, not anything extra.
I can share multiple stories. Every year, I typically have anywhere from 7 to 15 clients. Even they're making multiple six figures, they're not paying any taxes. So the one that I recently was working on, he made 780,000 ish, and probably not going to pay a single dime in taxes. He was a real estate professional, did the bonuses, everything got wiped off. Another one, similar situation with in Nevada, does short-term rentals and also real estate professional with his spouse, and made $580,000. Didn't pay anything. As a matter of fact, got a couple of $1,000s back from IRS for being low income, with the child tax credits and such. So these are just in the real estate realm. I can also give into the trucking realm, especially if you have owner operator. This individual made 180,000 ish, and he didn't get paid anything. As a matter of fact, got paid $8,000 because he had multiple children with the child tax credit. And also there have been individuals that not only the tax side, but we also help them to be more efficient. As a matter of fact, there is an individual in California in the healthcare industry. She was struggling with her previous business, and we suggested to take them online. And within within just about a year, she is back in tracking about $800,000. We're most likely going to cross $1 million just within the 13, 14 months of operation. So there are ways now where, depending on a couple of more deals, if those two goes through, we're going to be able to get that above 10 million in the next year, similar time. So it's not just the tax side of it, but also the business operational side. And every time we come up with different situations and conversations and strategies, I typically have a package where we sit down on a strategy session once a month, and we go over different strategies of business, taxes, and even international family plan, asset protection planning to some extent. And she's like, I cannot believe that I can get such good ideas at such amount of price. And as I mentioned, she just made almost $1 million business in just 12 months.
Okay. So your business is not just limited to tax, but you are also providing business advisory.
Yes.
And okay. And so tell me a little bit more about your company. Now, how big is it? Is it just you right now working, or you have other associates who are helping you executing the engagements?
At the top level, it's me and my partner. He's based out of Fresno, California, Ben Frazian. If you go to the website, it's his face on the main feature. We do have, I have my picture in the bottom. I'm not that good looking yet. But long story, jokes aside, we currently have about 6 people as on board. 3 in US, 3 internationally. We do not have any tax situation overseas. Everything within the tax realm, the legal realm, it has to stay within US. So we're not having anything outsourced on that side. Anything non-critical, and the operational side, we have overseas support and such. We do want to grow our operations both in US and overseas, depending on the business and the markets that we get into. And the uniqueness that we bring to the table is the speed of response and the level of communication. When I was being into business, one of the biggest challenge I faced is, hey, I need a tax advice or a business advice, but I couldn't get my tax guy out of the tax season. That itself cost me so much in multiple businesses that I realized that if I could fill in that void, I can serve a lot more people. And that's exactly what we're bringing in. If you're working with us, the biggest benefit is not just a tax guy that you're having,
Mhm.
but as a trusted confidant, you're having to help you grow your business, not only nationally or in a specific market, but in whole all 50 states and in some cases internationally as well. I always try to bring in my network to grow your business, whether through MCOB, whether through other affiliations that I have. And at the end of the day, my focus is to make more, keep more, and give more.
All right, sounds good. That's definitely it's a good service to provide, and because at the end of the day, nobody wants to pay taxes, and legally, whatever they can bring down the amount of tax, it's better for them, for their families, and for their businesses. So,
Absolutely. Especially when I first started, I saw Amazon still Zipbees didn't pay any taxes. And it was like up until 2013, 2014,
mhm,
Amazon was losing $11 a client. And I'm like, hey, this company is one of the biggest companies and fastest growing companies. And I'm here listening, they're losing money and they're not paying any taxes, $1 billion of company. Then I realized that, hey, there's something that I really need to understand, especially when Trump's situation on, hey, I guess express your tax return, how much taxes you paid. He paid $750,
mhm.
and my paycheck as an engineer, each paycheck taxes was more than that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm definitely doing something wrong.
All right. And you are you by going through all this from engineering to taxation, you have basically come to a field that is never gonna die, and there will always be a need for it. So yes. So what is for your company? What does it look like in the next 1 to 3 years?
We are working on expanding and buying other firms up.
Okay.
Our goal is to, of course, the fact that now most of our operations are remote. We're not limited, even though I'm in the DC area, my partner is in California. We are serving at least 32 states the last time I checked. So I need to catch up on the next 18 states. Um, but long story short, our goal is to acquire other tax and accounting firms
Okay.
and grow also organically. We don't put a lot of money in regular marketing at the moment.
Hmm.
So far, I have not spent a single dime on marketing, to be honest. All of my clientele have been organic and through referrals. And that six-figure business has been built on without a single dime spent on marketing. Now, my next focus on the entire thing, as I mentioned, I'm not great at marketing, being
Hmm.
an engineer. So the next thing is why not buy other firms? Typically, the focus is creative structure. That's where my expertise comes into play, whether business acquisition or real estate acquisition. So, into the next 3 to 5 years, our goal is to acquire at least 2 to 3 other accounting firms and grow our operation from current 6 people to at least 15 people operation.
All right. My best wishes are with you, and looking forward to seeing your growth.
Thank you
Thank you
very much.
so much for being part of MCOB and being part of this journey. Definitely looking forward to, very excited about the growth that you have had in the last few years, and where you are heading.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to helping anyone that I can as well.
All right. Thank you. Sonicum.
Walaikum assalam.